Energy.
Energy. Hey everybody, and welcome to the third episode of Hey Games. Yeah, it's good to have you back, and today we're talking about porn. And because we're talking about porn, I've got my very special friend back, Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Sally.
I'm glad to have you back.
Great
I actually enjoy your insight.
Well, of course, I carry you.
I think one imaginary person said that. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Everyone I've told about this has said that I'm the most hilarious.
One person. Anyway, I want to talk to you about porn. And I wanted to talk to you about porn a couple of weeks ago when I fell down my porn rabbit hole. Oh,
is that a lesbian code word for something?
No, I went down a porn rabbit hole. I was looking up Stormy Daniels.
Did you do?
Yeah, well, because she was in the news and I wanted to know who Stormy Daniels was. So I looked up Stormy Daniels and I didn't realise she was a porn star.
How did you not know that?
I don't know. I thought
he had an affair with a porn star. That was like the first line of every article and story. And what do you think? Her real name's Stormy Daniels?
No, I thought she was a stripper. I don't tend to read a lot of stories about Trump these days. So I had missed it and I'd heard Stormy Daniels and I thought, I love that name. And I knew it wasn't her real name, idiot. No, but I was like, that's a great name.
I baptize you, Stormy Daniels.
I now pronounce you husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Stormy Daniels.
It's a great union.
It is, yeah. So I didn't know. And I loved the name because I'm like...
Sorry to interrupt. So talking about porn names, what would be your porn name? You know the code, right?
What? No.
Your first pet and the first street you lived on.
Oh, what was the first street I lived on? Okay, so my porn name would be... Wilbur Gordon. What would yours be?
Cindy Brissett.
Oh, that's a good one.
I know.
Oh, that's up there with Stormy Daniels.
Well, not quite up there.
How would she even pick that name, Stormy Daniels? I'm going to go into
Her
porn.
first cat was Stormy. And she lived on Daniel's Parade.
Anyway. So, I went down this freaking rabbit hole of Stormy Daniels. And because I don't watch porn, and I've never really watched porn, so it was all very surprising to me. Apparently it's a massive industry. Multi-billion dollar industry.
Do you know what else you'd be amazed?
What?
Fashion industry. Quite big too.
The fashion industry? You wish, buddy. No, so it is. It's a multi-billion dollar industry. And I was like, geez. Yeah. Turns out everyone was watching porn and I wasn't. So that's essentially what I found out. Everyone watches porn.
I don't think that's true.
Well, yeah, maybe it's not. But a lot of people watch porn. On my little trip down.
I still think it's more of a male thing. Let me just clarify my statement for the record. I'm not saying all women don't. I'm just saying the majority of porn users would be male.
I agree with you. I actually think because when I was looking at the porn, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I need a little bit more finessing before I jump straight into the fucking. Because I'm like,
well, as a lesbian, you don't get it. Okay, that's how it is.
No, but when I was watching it, I was like...
No, but I'm just saying this is an industry that is led by men, like most things.
Yeah, well, interesting that you say that. Because on my trip down, I decided...
Your rabbit hole.
Yeah. I decided...
Your rabbit warren.
That's a porn term. No, I found out that I didn't really like Stormy Daniels' porn. So I was like, nah. And I went on further and further down the rabbit hole. and I watched a couple of videos, and they weren't doing anything for me, and I was like, ooh, that looks like it hurts. Like,
And then
is that going to fit in there? Like, so of course, but then I stumbled across this.
You came across it?
Yeah.
Quite literally.
I came across this woman called Brandy Love. Brandy with an I. And I watched one of her videos, and she was good. And the one video that I saw...
Okay, let's just... You're toning it down. And I think you're worried about perception. Oh, she was quite good. I'm sorry, doing a podcast on this woman. You became obsessed.
I didn't become obsessed.
You know the woman's politics.
No,
you know her family. You know she has children.
No, it wasn't obsession. I just wanted to see, because I was like, who is Brandy Love? Like, and so I looked her up. I Wikipedia'd her. I Googled her. I Google everybody. I looked into her. She lectures
at universities.
Yeah, she lectures at universities. She's written a book. She has kids. Her husband is also in the porn industry.
And she's a
Republican. And then I thought I'd follow her on Twitter. I don't know why.
Because it's what you do.
But I had to unfollow her because she retweets graphic pictures of penises going into her vagina. And I was just drinking coffee one morning and I thought, oh, so it's too early for penises in vaginas. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a prude,
it's
but
never too early.
Maybe I am a prude.
Maybe.
No, but she's also started tweeting. She's very pro-Trump and very pro-guns, and so I don't know if anyone wants to go and have a look at it.
Just throw that in.
Yeah, very, very pro-guns. If you want to go and have a look at her Twitter feed, you'll see what I mean. But anyway, I did like what she was doing. So when I looked into it...
In the pornographic movie.
Now,
movie please describe what this pornographic movie was.
The first... Okay, so I've watched a couple.
You watched the whole collection.
All right, I've seen every movie she's ever made.
I just couldn't watch number one. It was a 10-part series.
It was research. It was research for this podcast. So basically, and she's won awards for it, she's a MILF. And so she fucks her stepdaughters, always stepdaughters, guys, no blood relations. She fucks her stepsons. She fucked a girl who came into her house who was dehydrated. I don't know what that was about because I was like, surely you get her to a hospital before you fucked her. But, you know, there was a pool girl she fucked. The pool girl was doing the pool very seductively, like she had the
so
scoop.
she had it coming.
She had the scoop, and I was like, "Oh, this is." She gets paid to do that. The pool? Yeah, she was scooping the pool, and Brandy was lying behind her on the pool chair, sunning herself.
Oh, of course she was.
And she could see, like over her sunglasses, like this girl's like got her ass out, like kind of like scooping the pool like this. Oh,
like most sexual predators.
Yeah, I'll just get this leaf. Oh, look at my ass. That's how it was.
Yeah.
You know, so it would make sense that then they fell into bed and
fell into the pool.
just started fucking. So because that's how easy it is. But what I found out about her was that she's now a contract star with Girlfriend Films or something like that. I don't know. And so she's doing more female-centric porn. So it's a lot softer. It's not like the pizza guy comes to the door and then suddenly everyone's clothes are off.
So tell me what's different.
I'm not really sure, and that's why I want to talk to you about it too, because...
Well, I haven't seen it.
Let's put it on.
Be back in a moment, guys.
Just a bit of research. No, it's...
But do you think there's an honest difference in tone? Because the way you described the first ones, and especially relationships, and I know we had a giggle about it, but I mean, that's what my issue about porn is. And I'm not saying I don't partake in the viewing of such.
Your porn cup fills over.
No.
Fills over.
Ew. No, it doesn't. But sometimes, obviously, visual stimulation.
Well, yeah, and that's what it was. Because I'd always, if you had said to me previous to that rabbit hole, what porn do you watch? I would have gone, does Carol count? Like the movie Carol? Do we classify that as porn? Because
yes.
I've seen that a lot. Does Current Affair count? Like,
leave Tracy out of this.
I will. Tracy is a lovely lady. I'm not going to bring her into this. I would have said, oh, no, nothing. I don't, apart from Carol, I don't watch anything.
Well, noting the fact that this conversation originally started with you randomly texting me out of the blue, just what type of porn do you watch?
Yeah.
And my response was, excuse me.
Yeah, that you're never ever telling me. And this is the thing. So then I asked a couple of people if they watched porn, and everyone was like, whoa, little lady, hold up. Yeah.
I just need to fill this coffee cup up. I'll be back.
I just heard a noise outside. Yeah, this is the thing. Nobody told me what kind of porn they watched or if they watched porn. So I was like, it's this multi-billion-dollar industry and nobody talks about it. Why? Because I'm happy to sit here and talk about my porn experience. I don't want my mum hearing it, but I just did it for research. It was an assignment.
It was research for this project. You stand by that.
Yeah.
I don't know. My difficulty is...
But not your difficulty. Why don't people talk about it?
Well, I don't know, because, I mean, from my experience, the porn that I watch has no real relationship to the type of sex that I have.
So what does that mean? Like, so you're watching, like, MILF porn, but you're fucking younger men. Like, is that what it's kind of like as an example? Is that what?
We're using a totally stupid example,
yeah,
yes.
well, I want to use a stupid example. So you're watching MILF porn, getting off on Brandy Love and the Pool Girl, and yet in real life you're dating men and doing
If you want to draw such a wild...
I do, and I've drawn it. So the ball's in your court.
Look, see, I've got a pen here drawn. Yeah, but I just think it's still very personal as well. I mean, for as much as we talk about the people in our lives, we generally don't talk about the sex life we have in our lives.
Yeah.
There might be elements of it if something funny happens or if something is really great, but we're still generally... And I say we because I will probably have friends listening to this and they could comment that you're a liar.
Mm-hmm. Well, even I could sit here and comment
because
that you're a liar.
Because I'm quite open about that.
You're very open about your sex life. So that's
Yes.
why I asked you as well, because you're very open about it.
I know, I just see them as too different and too separate.
Do you feel dirty?
A little.
Yeah. Do you feel dirty when you're watching it?
No, not while I'm watching it.
Do you feel dirty after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to bathe.
Like that week that I went on that rabbit hole, down that rabbit hole, like I didn't want anybody looking
Your
at my...
hot water bill went up?
Who told you? Yeah, but I would have hated if anyone had looked at my internet history that week, because it was like boom, 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 like all this, and then in the middle of it, Wikipediaing Brandy Love and finding out what her kids' names were. Like, no,
family,
I don't know what her kids' names are.
Twitter.
Because I had to humanise her, and then I was telling another friend about it, who then said to me, like, when I said that I'd looked into the background and stuff, she was just like, "Oh man, you're doing porn wrong." Like,
well, that's true, and I'm probably said the same to you. Yeah. I mean, but it's you though. I mean,
I know. I can't just have.
You're such an odd specimen.
What does that mean?
Because you get so personalised with it.
Well, I have to kind of understand the reasoning. Like, why would Brandy Love go into porn. You know what I mean? Like, so I kind of have to like rationalize everything and just find out as much information.
I'm sure there's been plenty of research done.
Yeah.
About why people get into porn.
Yeah, but I mean, she was apparently, I don't know how I know this, working a really stressful corporate job, her and her husband. So then they just went, no, this is enough. And she went into porn. I mean, if that was me, I might go into like opening a shop somewhere. Like
Making soap.
Yeah.
Making fudge. Slowly making fudge.
Shut up.
In the kitchen with a bowl, stirring.
La 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 la.
Round and round. Delicious fudge.
Yeah, but I guess too, like I didn't feel dirty though. The whole time I watched it, I didn't feel dirty. I felt good actually.
Oh, well, isn't that the design?
That's the desire, so. But when I
Thank
did
you, Pornhub.
So I looked up some stats on porn.
Yeah.
And so in Queensland, I looked in Queensland, the most popular porn, according to Pornhub, and a survey, well, I don't know, data they got.
Yeah.
Lesbian porn.
I can understand that.
Stepmom porn.
Mm-hmm.
Teen porn. Cartoon porn.
No.
Warmer. And MILF porn.
Yeah, I can get that.
So I would tick 3 on this list of like, oh, yeah.
If only Brendy... what's her name? Brendy Love?
Brendy Love, yeah.
Was like Jessica Rabbit. You got to tick another box.
Oh, I don't think that I would get into cartoon
She
porn.
looks hot.
Okay. She looks like a cartoon.
And to quote her, she's just drawn this way. Haven't you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I have as a kid, but I never lusted after her.
Oh, I didn't lust after her.
Really? Because it's sounding like you did.
Oh.
What else did she say in the movie?
That's all I can remember.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I don't, and I wouldn't be into cartoon porn.
No, I'm not, but I'm just saying, as I have gentlemen friends,
Gentlemen cool.
Ding dong. I don't know, you obviously do talk about those things with somebody when you're being intimate and they'll share something they're interested in.
Like cartoon porn. Yeah, I don't find anything wrong with that. With people liking any kind of porn.
I don't know, see, that's where my issue is, and that's probably why I don't like discussing it or really that involved in it. Yes, as I said, sometimes the call is there. But I don't know.
What is it like?
It's me, porn. Pretty much. I don't know. I just find it generally quite sexist and misogynistic. There's a lot of exertion of power.
Yeah, well, some of it.
Like using people, like the type of things that me as a person dislikes in other people, that's really what you're looking at in porn. I mean, I don't know. Most porn, I'm not saying that it's not consensual because obviously they're paid professionals.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the scenarios sometimes, the situations, like the pool girl. What, she can't just get along with her job? Like,
Well, I mean,
I know it's a porn movie.
In Brandy's defence, the pool girl started it. So,
well, yes, I'm sure she did.
Yeah. Well, no,
That's my
I get
issue.
that. Yeah, like, but there is such a thing as ethical porn, which is a crazy concept. But also, when you look into it, not really. Because when I was looking on my research, I listened to an interview about people talking about ethical porn. So if you're watching porn and people aren't looking happy, or that, I guess that's more homemade video porn type, not like the big studios.
Amateur.
Yeah, amateur porn. If they're not looking happy, it can be sex trafficking, it can be, all that kind of stuff, like drugs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, if you're watching porn and everyone looks pretty fucking miserable, maybe just switch it off. Or, I don't know, report it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Call your local member.
Yeah, tell them.
Write a letter.
Yeah, I've been watching this porn and I don't think it's ethical. Yeah, but I do. And so there is that. And so I think, but there's like a stigma surrounding the whole situation.
I do find that lesbian porn is the highest one. I mean, it's so stereotypical that it's just hilarious.
There's all this scissoring and stuff in it.
But it's not even you just
scissoring.
wanted to say scissoring.
And I wanted to do the hand actions as well. I know a lot of you could imagine.
Scissor my timbers.
Maybe they do a lot of scissoring in it. And I was like, that doesn't look comfortable
I've never done that in my life.
No, I've never done it.
And I'm a bona fide lesbian.
I would consider myself quite proficient in lovemaking. But no, I've never done scissoring.
But I'm just saying, because there's obviously lesbians who would be watching that, but I'd say the vast majority would be men.
Oh, it is men. You can tell it's men.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I've dated them.
Just the way that they're like, the girls in the video are like sucking their thumb, like their fingers and I'm like, no one's ever made that noise. Who makes that noise? Like, that's a porn noise. So also in my research, I read some stuff, and Dr. Phil says it's not okay, and it opens the door to cheating, watching porn. So if your partner's watching porn, I don't agree with that at all.
No, that sounds stupid.
Yeah, who is he?
Yeah,
He's no
thanks,
one.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah, where'd you get your medical degree?
Oh, somewhere in Texas.
Oh, does he have one?
But does he have Oh, now we're...
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he does have one.
Is he a Republican? Does he have a family? You should have this research
He has a family.
done.
I know he's got a wife. I know he was in an episode
I'm just saying...
I know he was in an episode of Frasier.
Of course he was.
Yeah, they were peers. Actually, it was quite a funny episode, but I'll go into that later.
On the Frasier podcast.
The Frasier podcast. Who watches Frasier, guys? Best show on television. Yeah, I don't think it is. Like,
no, I don't think it is either.
Yeah.
I can agree with
because cheating is different. Like, it's not watching porn, I don't think.
No.
Because I think if you're having issues sexually with your partner, you've got to talk to your partner about that.
That's right, but I don't think masturbating, watching something is cheating.
So watching Carol isn't cheating either? Like.
You're cheating on Kate.
Kate Blanchett.
Yes.
What a great film that is.
Stop talking about Carol.
I love it so much. I love it. I want to meet Kate Blanchett and just be like, I think you're really great, but I just want to talk about Carol. How did it feel doing this scene? Like, yeah.
Okay, she's probably been hounded like that before.
Handled.
Hounded.
Oh, hounded, yeah. Like the last thing she wants is a lesbian podcast. I am obsessed with your movie.
In scene 37A.
So that was about
Tell me what
64
was going
minutes
through
in.
your mind.
Oh, I would love to. She would not want a lesbian podcaster hounding her about her films. One film in particular. Yeah, so I mean that's the only porn I watch, if that's classified as porn. I feel like it should be the way I watch it.
I feel it is now.
Yeah.
I'm never watching that movie.
I love it. And we will, of course, talk about that in a further podcast, but I better not get into it because it's hot in here. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say because I just wanted to talk about my rabbit hole and how much I love the name.
Stop saying rabbit hole.
How much I love the name Stormy Daniels. It's perfect. Like, I want to know what the situation was that she was in when she went, I'm just going to call a friend. Hey, Jill. Yeah, I'm thinking Stormy Daniels. I know, right? That's what I think how it happened.
Yeah.
Like, if I was Jill, I'd be like, bingo. Like, is on, you're going to be famous. Like, yeah. So I love that name. But yeah, other than that, I haven't watched porn since a couple of weeks ago. It has not called me at all.
Well,
I've watched Carol, but I've not watched.
You went through your data, so you're waiting for the next month, aren't you?
Baby, I'm unlimited. All right, so that's really all I wanted to talk to you about porn. So thanks for helping. Well, actually, did you help?
Yeah.
Did you? Because I feel like I did a lot of talking. I did a lot of research.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But the hilarity comes from me, sister.
You keep saying that. Thanks for coming along again, though.
Great to talk with you, Wilbur.
See you, Cindy.